Aloha! What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Omens, where we check out the status of the world before the apocalypse comes, basically, to get a bearing on how close that might be. I particularly, for one, think that the world is crazy and that the apocalypse is right around the corner. At least I'm hoping so. But according to the Omens, it kind of seems like it. So let's jump in and check some of these things out. What's up to everybody in the chat? I see you guys. Oh, and a huge shout out to Scott S., who literally just ordered one of my books right before I started. I just got the notification, so I'll get that packaged up for you tonight, Scott, and sent that out right away. Thank you so much for ordering my books. I hope that you find some value in them. All right, cool. Let's check out our headlines. What's up, everybody? I see you in the chat, Linda and Larissa Knipe. Everybody, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for the thumbs up as well. The audio sounds good. All right, sweet. Check this out. Hold on, I want to show you guys something. First, I'm going to give you a preview of one of my upcoming videos, okay? It has to do with medieval depictions of the ascension of Jesus and him getting sucked up into the sky. It's very interesting to see all these different depictions of Jesus hanging out of the sky. And it's also related to, believe it or not, the medieval Eye of Sauron. That's an upcoming video, okay? It's got nothing to do with omens at the moment, but let's check out what it does. This article says, get ready to watch this star explode. They always do that so that you read it, you know, so they don't give it all away in the title. Get ready to watch this star explode. Now they just predict stars exploding, right? I'd say that's an omen of the apocalypse, that they can just predict. Like something's going on when they know, when they could tell you when a star is going to explode in the sky, right? They also predicted this for like last year in, what was it, September or August or something, right? They also said this. So they keep on saying this. They keep on bringing this up. But the reason why this is an omen is because there is, according to my research, a Death Star, an actual real star, a physical star, not just a luminary, not just a light up there in the heavens, but a portion of the firmament that lights up every other cycle. People can see it. They called it the doom shape, or the dome shape, because it's the dome that's at the apex of the firmament that faces downwards towards us like an all-seeing eye. That one's going to explode. So that's really the omen right here. This is your all-seeing eye, okay? That's whenever the sky explodes, you will see a big fat bright light in the sky, and all hell's going to break loose as the apocalypse is ushered in. That's omen number one. Omen number two, I'm not going to count them all, but Trump insists that the U.S. must own Greenland. Listen, even if Trump gets Greenland, you don't own Greenland. All right? The US, we do not own anything, okay? You all work for the corporation and the company known as the United States. For those of you who are listening in the United States, as do I, as do we all. Actually, you all work for the Illuminati. If you really want to get more specific about it, because there really are no borders or boundaries or states or countries or any of that. It's just in an Illuminati world, from my point of view. But the reason he wants Greenland is, like I said, there's more articles about this, but there's this interest in the Arctic all of a sudden, which is just nothing but, allegedly just a bunch of water or whatever at the North Pole. The reason is because, like I say in my new book, Return to Hyperborea, the Garden of Eden, Atlantis is going to re-emerge. It's coming back. It always comes back, okay? So they're getting ready for it to come back. And it's not just a fight that they're getting ready for Mount Meru, okay? Or Rupus Nigra at the center of the world, or the World Tree, however you want to see it, the Fountain of Youth. It's a fight against Gog and Magog and inner earth giants and phantazoids and gigantic insectoids and stuff like. And not only that, but the newcomers who are going to try to invest in that property, who fall from the heavens once again and land at the center of the world at the North Pole. So they're not going to fight each other. They're all on the same team. But it's a huge omen. One of Utah's most beloved national parks, hikes, is closed indefinitely. So there's this place in Utah called the Fiery Furnace, and it's closed. You can't go there now. You're not allowed to go there now to walk around and check out the earth. Just rocks that are on the earth, And then what's the big deal about this article? They're trying to piss you off. They're trying to get you mad at Trump and get you all political. The repercussions of President Donald Trump's hiring freeze, hundreds of rescinded job offers, blah, 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 and now nobody can go to the national parks. Look, yes, you can. It's Earth. It's the Earth. You really can go anywhere you want to on Earth. Now, what happens, as a result, that's whatever. I mean, you can go to Antarctica, you can go to the North Pole, you can go to national parks. There's no such thing as a national park. It's just Earth, okay? I don't buy into all this business. I might refer to a national park for the sake of simplicity whenever I'm trying to speak with somebody or something, but it's just the Earth, okay? You can go wherever you want. Nobody can close the Earth, okay? No portion of the Earth. They can't own the Earth, all right? All these people, there's just billions of acres of land all over the place, and they just close it or keep it off or fence it off. What's up, Angel Wings? Hey, that was kind of you to give away a donation, which was picked up by Sherry real quick. Congratulations, Sherry. Like for example, okay, right here where I live at the base of the mountains, the Colorado Rockies here in Colorado, there's all these little cities all over the place, and people have to work all day long and be slaves so that they can just buy food to eat to not die, and water to drink to not die, and damn near the air to breathe to not die, and about 10 miles to the east is like an infinite amount of land that's owned by the government that's just fenced off. Just nobody builds there. They know they're not allowed to build there because that's not my land. Right? That song, This Land Is Your Land, This Land Is My Land, it should be rewritten. It should just go, this land is my land, this land is my land, none of it's your land. I just made that up. Anyways, yeah, they're closing national parks and all this crap. They're just closing down the Earth. Just like they close caves, right? You're not allowed to go into any caves unless it's a guided tour. You have to have, what's the deal with this whole park thing? There's no, what do you call them? Park rangers? Cops, basically. There's no cops there to make sure everything's safe and being done the right way, according to the government. Okay? You don't need cops. You don't need chauffeurs and people that are escorting you around and making sure that they're keeping an eye on you or whatnot. Same reason you don't need people guiding you into a cave or whatever. They tell you, well, your fingers have oil residue and it's going to destroy the cave over time. They obviously don't know what a cave is. And this is also another omen, the mentality of people that believe that kind of crap, that a cave could be destroyed by fingerprints over millions of years or whatever they say. They don't want you going into the inner earth. They don't want you having power, because that's where the power is right now, is inside of the earth. All right, it's all being charged down into the center of the earth, which is why we have a sinful condition or evil or entropy up here on the surface, because every single day that passes, there's less and less energy up here on the surface of the earth. The good news, and there's always good news, is that the apocalypse is coming, and one day all that's going to reverse during a polarity shift, where all that energy is going to burst out of the center of the earth, and it'll flood up here to the surface and lead us back into a golden age. Next up, check this out. Like all these spirals and weird stuff that people are seeing in the sky, it blows my mind that people are like, oh yeah, it's just another SpaceX launch. It's just another rocket dump. They're just dumping stuff over your cities and your air that you breathe and stuff. It's just normal. In the 80s, in the 90s, maybe even in the early 2000s, okay, they've been blasting off allegedly into space. They've been doing this for a very long time. Not once in my life in those decades did I ever go, oh wow, look at that. A big whirlpool light up in the sky, a big vortex. Oh, it must be NASA. They always do. That always happens. That never happened when I was growing up. Watch this. Let me show you what it looks like, okay?
Did you see this blue spiral cloud in the sky above the UK last night? No, it's not aliens, but it's likely to have been caused by a space...
Oh, hold on. I don't know if you guys can hear this guy. Hold on. Let me fix it up. Let me fix up this audio real quick. Let's see if this works. Tell me if you can hear this okay.
Did you see this
you can't hear
spiral cloud in the sky above the UK last night?
Oh, yeah, you can hear that.
No, it's not aliens, but it's likely to have been caused by a SpaceX rocket launch.
Hold on. First of all, I said, no, it's not aliens. That that is that's a type of conditioning, okay? The way he said nope, it's not aliens is making it sound like if you think it's aliens, you're an idiot because you're a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy toting weirdo. And you're not a government drone slave that has no mind or soul or spirit and just lives to freaking consume Walmart brand, by and large, whatever they have these days, McDonald's and stuff. All right. And secondly, he don't know what that is. This guy's going to tell you, who is this dude? Right? You're a news dude from BBC. No, it's not aliens. I'll tell you exactly what it is. I was there. Listen to what he says.
In the US, the company launched a Falcon 9 rocket at 1750 GMT on Monday on a classified US government mission.
This is classified crap happening up there in the sky right now, allegedly. Okay, according to the report. Just some classified stuff that everyone in the world can see and witness, and we could see something's going on. Look at this. You see how like there's a circle and there's like a little dark circle right here too?
It's a reusable rocket. So after launch, the first part takes its cargo, usually a satellite, into space. During the second...
Time out. Into the space that exists between the surface of the Earth and the dome, which is holding in all the Earth's gases, which is pressurizing it and giving us weather. All right, let's continue on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, BBC guy.
Stage, the first part of the rocket comes back down to Earth, while another part...
No problem. The first part just comes back down to Earth. Where is it? Can you control where that trash is falling? You know they have insurance for just in case spacecraft lands on you and kills you, right?
Takes the satellite into orbit. As the satellite is released into orbit, the second stage rocket releases excess fuel, which freezes instantly because of its altitude.
Hold on. Did you hear that? First and foremost, they're saying that this is ice, okay? That's all you need to know. That's a huge omen. He's saying it releases gases, and when them gases hit the temperatures, they immediately turn into ice or whatever. I wonder if these guys talk like that normally, you know? And it's funny because I hear like different YouTubers and stuff like that. I can tell that they watch the news, or I can tell they're into sports or whatever because of like their inflection, because they have that same inflection whenever they're talking. They don't talk just normally. How I would talk to other people, that's how I'm talking to you guys right now. Okay, you can tell I don't sound like a sportscaster or a newscat. Hopefully, I hope not. But anyways, hold on. Let me get back to what he's saying. Listen, what he's saying is that when this stuff spurts out of this rocket that's spinning and spiraling around in space, right? That all that stuff instantly freezes because it's so cold. That's how the dome is made. That's how the firmament is created, right? All of that intense pressure that exists up there because of the magnetic field that goes up, the magnetic field that the Earth creates, keeps our atmosphere pressurized. Okay, so all these diamagnetic gases, they're repelled by a strong magnetic force. All that means is that the magnetic dome that is invisible, that wraps around the Earth, pushes in all the gases, right? That creates immense amounts of pressure. Whenever you add immense amounts of pressure to extremely low temperatures, like you see here, those gases instantly freeze into the shape of the magnetic field. And guess what that looks like? A dome.
And movement of the rocket creates the spiral pattern in the sky, which we can see as sunlight hits the frozen fuel, reflecting it and illuminating it here for us on Earth.
Back to you in the studio. All right. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? It's interesting. Lots of interesting stuff. Classified spiral galaxies forming or whatever it might be, or just them dumping crap all over, everyone that lives down here. Forget the chemtrails. they're just gonna spiral galaxy poison everybody from above. All right. And this next one says a rare moonbow shines below the total lunar eclipse in a stunning photo. Quote, This is definitely the first time I've tried something like this, but it will not be the last. So the whole entire article is a time-lapse picture of the lunar eclipse. Very nice. Good job. But the weird thing is this over here. You see that? This is nighttime. And there's a rainbow. They're calling it a moonbow. It's a rainbow. It's the same thing. Problem is, it's at night. Okay? The omen here is that that's how bright the moon is getting. That it's making rainbows. Is this normal? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Sound of the video is low in the background. Oh, really? Oh, the sound of the video is low in the background? Hold on, let me. Thank you for getting my attention. Who is that? Who's subscribing? Ha! What's up, Ha? Hold on, let me see if I can get that again real quick. Anyways, you guys understand the gist of it, but let me just fix the audio because I got other videos I want to share too. What's up with this audio? Why does it suck? Hold on, let me turn it up on my computer. No?
Blue spiral cloud in the sky above the UK last night. No, it's not aliens, but it's
How do I turn it up?
being caused by a SpaceX rocket launch in the US.
So wait a minute, is it like low enough so that you can't hear it at all?
1750 GMT on Monday on a classified US government
there we go.
mission. It's a
I turned it up.
reusable rocket. So after launch, the first part takes its cargo, usually a satellite.
Okay, I don't want to rehash the entire video. You get the gist of it. I responded. I told you what he said, basically, okay? All right, but thank you so much for letting me know that the volume sucked. In the next video, the volume will be nice. Thanks to all the wonderful participants in the chat. All right, moonbows, okay? That's how bright the moon is. It makes rainbows now, okay? I've actually taken a picture of a moonbow. It was wrapped all the way around the moon. That's not right. That's not normal. The moon's not supposed to be making rainbows, okay? That's definitely an apocalyptic omen for me personally. Going underground, let's talk about these pyramids again. I did a whole expose on my thoughts on these underground cities. Now they're cities. I'm going to talk about this for a second, okay? So check this out. In case you haven't heard, right? Some guys scanned the whole Giza complex, and underneath these pyramids, they found that there was all these little columns and stuff, and there was these spiral things wrapped around the columns and stuff, and then way underneath those columns, there's like these cement block-looking cubicle open spaces, all right? Now that's turned into their cities underground. Jason, what's up, dude? Hey, thank you. Look at that. Ping! He just gave me $50. Wow, I'm honored. Thank you so much, Jason. Well, let me like your donation. That was very kind and useful. Gas, food. My son's birthday's coming up. I'm a dad, so I use most of the money for dad stuff and paying rent and stuff. So thank you so much, Jason. All right, so check this out. Let's get back to these underground cities. I heard people saying that there's cities underground too. Now, it's twofold. One, They looked at these schematics and stuff, and these tubes and stuff are turning into, that's a spiral staircase, because there's all these tubes that have these little spiral things going around them. Me personally, it looks very evident that they're not spiral staircases that are going down these tubes. There's like 8 or so different cubes underneath the central pyramid. But it looks completely electrical. Okay, it looks electromagnetic, and it looks like it served an electromagnetic purpose. It seems pretty obvious to me, and I'm not even, an electrician by my job or whatever. Anyways, now it's turned into whole cities and stuff, and there's all this debate. Okay, there's all kinds of people on the internet right now that are munching on this. It's like, I find it hilarious. I wanted to talk about it anyways because this is the kind of stuff I like to talk about. I like to talk about the pyramids. I like to talk about ancient mysteries, ancient Oblivion. I write books about this. The Hollow Earth. That's coming up pretty soon too. So yeah, this is right up my alley, is to theorize and speculate and share my insights on these types of things. But Jesus Christ, everybody on the internet, everybody on every TV show ever, they're all picking up on this. And there's this temptation for people to be extreme skeptics, even on like alternative minded thinking platforms and channels and stuff. I don't know. Look at all these people. They're saying this and they're saying that. So people are like quickly jumping to one side or the other side, which is also an omen of the apocalypse, right? We have this separation and extremes because of the fluctuation that the fluctuation of energy on the earth. So anyways, it blows my mind. So people think that just everything is fake these days. They just really pick and choose. People are like at a salad bar their whole lives. But anyways, the main omen I wanted to point out here, and the main discussion point for me personally, is that there's a whole world. It's not just a city under the pyramids. Okay, I don't know if it's a city or not a city. Okay, for me it doesn't matter. The reality is, the bigger point here is the more important thing is that there's an entire world under our feet, not just little caverns and little tiny underground tunnels and cities or whatever from prehistory. It's an entire other earth, other world, other inner hollow place, okay? It's gone by many names throughout antiquity, right? Every religion refers to it. Countless legends, myths across time. Many of our, what do you call it? Fiction and all that stuff, pop culture, all this stuff. Like, we know there's another world down there. And that other world is going to rise up and meet this one pretty soon. So to me, that's the big omen. Okay, that's the big omen, is the inner earth denizens, the citizens of the underworld, are going to come up here pretty soon. All right, and we're just barely tapping into these things. Some people believe it, some people don't. Some people are like, they saw the radar scans of underground or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, how does that even work? I don't get it. That's not real. How do you, like, I don't really care, personally. Like, I hear people bickering and stuff all the time. I don't care if it's real or not. I'm the type of person that senses things, okay? I balance the left brain, which is all about facts and what's real and what's not real, with the right brain, which is creativity and being open-minded and intuitive and puts your feelers out there and senses stuff. You know what I mean? But anyways, it's whatever it is, it's very interesting, right? I've already told you guys a million times what my theories on these are, so I'm gonna move forward for a bit. Check this out. New Jersey police chief accused of pooping on people's desks and spiking their coffee with Viagra, among many other disgusting, nasty things. Here he is in the middle of doing some crazy stuff. So one of the things that this guy does, he walks over and just starts shaving the hair off of his body parts onto people's food, onto their desks and stuff like that. It says here, a New Jersey police chief is accused of defecating by desks, spiking other people's coffee with Viagra, and other types of harassment. This is why I love the Old Testament, okay? This kind of nasty, freaking pervert, weirdo. Nah. Look at this dude. Look at this squishy face. Look at that squishy face. Sometimes you could just look at people and just see that they're evil, man. Me, I can. Oh, I can do it. I can do it easily. Okay, I can see these kind of people right here. I could see the evil in them. I don't know how I do it. I mean, I do know how I do it. It's my energy. My energy recognizes other energies. Okay, I can sense that crap. And after the apocalypse, that type of ability will only be amplified. So that'll be actually good for you people that are, have similar abilities like me, and you can sense things. That'll be amplified. But anyways, check this out. Michael Darren, you lowlife, you. A special captain with administrative duties claims Farley chased him around. Oh, I guess Farley's the guy. Okay, my bad. Farley, whoever that is, chased him around the office and cornered him before sticking a hypodermic needle through his jeans into the tip of his penis, drawing blood. He would also shave his body and put his hair on people and their food. He would also expose himself and made inappropriate comments and defecated on the floor and in garbage cans. Police chief. This is an omen and a prophecy in every religion I've ever studied, and I've studied all the major ones, and I still do. Okay? This is the degradation of morality and your society, your world. This is far beyond Idiocracy, okay, which is also, a documentary. This is far beyond stupidity. This is far beyond ignorance. This is evil coming into power. Evil's not even a good word. I don't know a bad enough word, right? I don't, vileness, base, just base. I don't know. Now listen, that guy's not the problem. This dude right here, squishy face, he's not the problem. The problem is people like this. Anytime that you see these types of things, like trolls on the internet, and it could be anything, okay? When you see one example of this happening, it's a flag bearer for like hundreds of thousands of other types that are just like this out there in the world running around right now who have not been caught or pointed out, or they just let them fly. They just let it all go and don't care. Why? Because this guy wears a special stupid looking hat and some stars on his monkey suit and his noose tie or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of world that we live in right now, that I live in. And man, that's why I'm an apocalyptimist. I can't wait for that. Man, hell no. No way, man. If I had, listen, that crap is not going to happen in the golden age, okay? People like that probably won't even make it past the apocalypse, I'm pretty sure. And that's why I can't wait. Let it come. But in the world to come, should people like this slip through the cracks, they are not going to last very long. Okay? Like, not on my path, or not on my watch, right? I'm going to have like types of superhero powers. So, and it's not going to be to protect all of you or anything. You're going to need to protect yourselves. I'm just going to have fun. Helping to clean up the world. But anyways, this type of disgusting, perverted, vile, nasty human represents authorities that are in power today, the world across. All right, which is why I personally have always had a problem with authority. I don't like it. All right, the authority figures constantly, to me personally, and according to my studies, have proven themselves to be irresponsible, not trustworthy, selfish. Which is why this place is destroyed every so often. It says that in the Bible, that God looked down and saw man was capable of doing anything he set his mind to and said, nope, screw that. Whoosh, washed it all away. Whew, man. Now check this out. Demonic sea lion reports spark concerns about toxic algae on California's coast. This toxic algae is making creatures kind of become plasma possessed, I would call that. Check out let's listen to what the Muppets have to say about this. Why are they dressed like that? Is that professional? Does that mean that I'm a pro? Should I get a suit and tie too? Should I dress like this? Or maybe this chick? Why I don't get it. I don't get any of this. Oh, that reminds me of the camel hump from Islamic prophecy. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, let's see what these guys say. Listen to their voice, how they're going to, in other news, how they like do that news voice.
Environmental changes in California are apparently having a negative effect on sea lions.
Some say sea lions have become aggressive to the point of being demonic. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimber with more.
Along the California coast, sea lions are getting poisoned by toxic algae, causing them to act in a way some describe as demonic.
Sea lions are getting poisoned by toxic algae. This is so big. This is such a huge omen, okay? We've talked about this many times, and I'm not going to stop talking about it and reminding people the ocean is green now. It's no longer blue. There's no such thing as the blue marble. There never was anyway. But the world that you live on is not some blue dot, blue anything. It's green. The oceans are green. Why? Because it's disgusting and dirty, and the water is bad and bitter and toxic, okay? Blue water, a little better. All right, clear water, best. Dark water is actually even better. Anyways, I don't want to get too deep down the rabbit hole, but darker water means there's less impurities and the light just keeps on passing through. It doesn't reflect back. But yeah, the water, the ocean's not blue anymore. It's green. Okay, and it's going to turn red. The oceans are going to turn from green to red, and all these toxins are being released everywhere in what they're calling harmful algae blooms. And they're making it sound like it's local. It's always local. It's everywhere. It's local all over the world right now. And it's killing fish in mass. And it's creating its own little revolving door ecosystem where it's just getting worse and worse and worse as time goes on, and the waters get hotter and things die, and the oxygen's released from the water, and then nothing can breathe that has gills, and they all die, and that creates more disgusting, nasty organisms that feed off of those things, and it's just a big cycle, and it becomes more and more bitter until basically you have the Book of Revelation happening. These what are they? Otters? Sea lions? These sea lions, poor deals, I like them. They look cute. I like sea lions. The sea lions are not just dying, but they're going crazy. Okay, it's having a neurochemical effect on their brains. You think that can't happen to humans? Whenever a third of the oceans turn blood red from toxic, nasty gases and, you know, whatever it is that they release and stuff, and we're breathing it in, you don't see the day where humans become like demonic. By the way, world, wake up. Look how many, okay, if you think a sea lion is acting demonic, but you can go to Walmart and think that's totally normal, looking around at all the weird stuff in the world today, and you don't see demons in human form, Jesus, hold on.
Comes amid a surge in the number of sea lions ingesting domoic acid, a neurotoxin within algae blooms, through the fish they eat.
Neurotoxins in algae blooms, all right? I'm telling you, the ocean covers pretty much all of this land, all right? 75% or whatever they say. That's a big fat chunk of our world. And when the whole ocean is poisonous and releasing neurotoxins, which means poison for your mind and your brain, you don't think that's going to affect all these, idiocracy world that people already have low intelligences. On top of that, they're all going to start going psycho and crazy, which has been prophesied in like at least a handful of movies that I can think of off the top of my head, where all of a sudden, for some strange reason, everyone in the world, except for a handful of people, start going nuts and become psychotic killers and stuff. It will happen.
We're seeing them look like they're stargazing. We're seeing some animals seem very, very sleepy, maybe right after having a seizure. They may be abnormally aggressive.
One man was surfing when he says a feral, almost demonic sea lion bit him and dragged him off his board, adding, "It was unlike anything I've ever seen in all the years I've been in the water." Marine biologists say the toxic algae bloom that usually forms every 4 to 7 years is forming more often due to warming temperatures and runoff pollution.
Now we're seeing an increase. Over the last 4 years, we've seen consecutive years of this harmful algal bloom off of our coast.
The Mammal Care Center in San Pedro has taken in at least 146 sea lions since last month. Dolphins and seabirds also falling ill. This algae bloom, already described as worse than the one in 2023, blamed for more than 1,000 sea lion deaths.
Why do you think so many of these animals are migrating north, where they don't normally live? They don't normally go north. Hold on, make sure my mic's working. They're going to Hyperborea, okay? How do you think all of the animals were named by Adam? Because Adam lived in the Garden of Eden, and all the animals, all at one time, all around the world, it's not like they were all just hanging out in the Garden of Eden. They all came and migrated to the center of the world, where there's a beacon that they can sense and feel, and I can sense and feel. Silver Sister gave me $5. I didn't realize Idiocracy was a documentary. Oh my God, yes, so much. I mean, it's like pretty much all the movies are documentaries, okay? But anyways, this is also a huge omen, okay? I feel bad for the sea lions, and I wish them well. All these animals are going to start migrating north, okay? That's how Noah got all the animals. That's how Adam got all the animals. They sense it. And that's also why they're beaching themselves and stuff too, because the electromagnetics of our world's going in flux, and they're like electromagnetically getting lost and trying to like desperately trying to get to the safe place, but they know they need to go that way, but they end up on the beach and they're confused and stuff, you know? And then humans are like pushing them back out to sea. No, go that way. Like they don't understand what's happening, you know? Damn. I wish we had telepathy again. and so that they could understand. I don't know. Anyways, telepathy will return. Caitlin Dever. I have no idea who that is. I don't care about celebrities. Okay, just so you guys know, I'm unimpressed by anyone who's famous. I don't even care about fame. Not even my own smidgen of fame or whatever. I just see people. Okay, I don't care at all about how popular they are. I'm unimpressed 100%. Caitlin Dever, some chick, I don't know who that is. Let's see, turns heads with see-through dress at the Last of Us premiere. I'm not going to show you the dress, okay? All right, here's her head. Okay. Why isn't she arrested? Like, first of all, if her dress is see-through, there's people in prison right now for like urinating on a wall in an alley after coming out of the bar. You know what I mean? I'm sure. I just made that up, but I'm sure that there are. And yet people in Hollywood can just walk around butt naked pretty much. And not only that, but this is also mentioned in the hadiths within Islam, where Muhammad was talking about the denizens of hell. And one of them was women. It's also probably applies to men too, but it says that how does he say it? They were appeared naked, although they were clothed. That's the camel hump reference I was talking about earlier. They appeared naked, although they were clothed, right? Now, me personally, I don't really care. I don't have a problem with people's bodies or being naked or anything like that. I don't believe in laws or anything like that at all. I don't really care. Okay, I'm more of an anarchist. But it's completely hypocritical of our systems that insist that when you go out that you be clothed and wear things and stuff. And then over here, they're arresting these people for these reasons. And yet the famous people get to break these laws. Like, the cop dude that was pooping all over everybody's desks or whatever and putting Viagra in the coffee. And God knows what the higher levels of people are doing. I mean, now you guys know, you guys follow that weird stuff, islands, all the island parties and all that weird pizza party crap and all that stuff. I don't even, that makes me sick. I hear about it. I get it. I'll never be one of those channels that talks about it because it makes me want to throw up. Okay. And it makes me mad. It makes me want to have you guys seen the Boondock Saints? I'm not even lying. Okay. I can't look into that stuff because I'm going to go motherfucking Boondock Saints, dude. Like, if I do, I can't. Okay. I got people I care about and I can't do that. Anyways. Yeah. It's super hypocritical. All right. Next up. Video. I'm not going to show you the video, but it says brainy US humanoid robots walk like humans with smooth heel strikes. Oh my God. Is this interesting to anybody at all? Who finds that interesting? I don't. Listen, I could hear somebody out there thinking, what's that popular therapy word that they use? Oh, narcissist. People love these kinds of therapy words, right? Everybody's going to therapy. Like, if you're not normal if you don't go to therapy in this world, which is a pretty damn big omen in and of itself. When you got everyone on earth talking about therapy, going to therapy, and therapy is normal for everybody, that means you're all crazy. Okay? I'm sorry. And it doesn't mean you're all crazy, but it does. Okay. Anyways, brainy US humanoid robots walk like humans with smooth heel strikes. Look at these. I'm unimpressed by these robots too. All these people, I can't believe they're talking about how there's a demand. There's such a high demand. I think they're making that up. I think they're creating the demand by saying there's a demand. I'm not demanding a robot. Listen, you're supposed to make your bed. You're supposed to cook dinner. You're supposed to tuck in your kids goodnight. You're supposed to exercise. It looks like a human so that it can do all the things you're supposed to be doing. You lazy asses. You don't need a freaking robot. And then you're going to probably plug your brain into these things and all that crazy stuff, just like the movie that movie we just decoded. You're supposed to be living the human life. Okay? You're not supposed. You want to live vicariously through something that looks like a humanoid? It's called procreating. Unfortunately, Mother Nature is taking that ability away right now. okay? Many people are not allowed to procreate because the fertility rates are going yeah, so pretty soon these will outnumber you. And these people must not watch movies. They definitely don't watch the same kind of movies I watch. Because in every one of the movies that I watch, these things have eyes that turn red all of a sudden, and then they look all crazy, and they go around and they hold people out of over the balcony, and they rip people's limbs off, and like, it's not good. Like, it's just not good. Anyways, let's move forward here. Oh, artificial gravity. Listen, I just recently watched this movie. They talk about trying, the new ISS. They're going to decommission the ISS, and they're going to let it fall to the earth because, they don't want it up there as space trash, even though there's like millions of pieces of space trash, the crap they just leave out there. We just saw a video of them making space trash and spraying God knows what classified material all into the atmosphere. Right? So I watched this movie. It was called Sunshine. It was actually pretty good. It had some pretty good actors and stuff in it. I'd never seen it before. And I was excited because it's so difficult for me to find good movies these days. It's so not easy to find a good movie. A really good movie. This one wasn't that good. It was okay. I give it like a 7.5. It was watchable. Sunshine. Anyways, in the movie, I'm watching it, and they're in this space station. They're like flying out to the sun in this spaceship or whatever, right? The whole movie, I'm like, they're just walking around in the space station, normal, And so I had to ask ChatGPT, unfortunately, which also pisses me off. I don't like ChatGPT, but it can be easier to use than just Googling stuff because Google doesn't understand what I'm really trying to get at. Anyways, so I asked ChatGPT, hey, why are the people in this movie not floating around? And ChatGPT automatically assumed, well, in many science fiction movies, they have what do they call it? Artificial gravity, right? So it's that spaceship probably had artificial. So ChatGPT starts making excuse for a clear scientific, like a lack of scientific application in this fictional movie or whatever, and just starts making up crap. It's like, well, it was artificial gravity. So I'm like, okay, how does artificial gravity work? Well, normally it's centrifugal force. Whenever, it's spinning around so much that the people stick to the walls. And then it's like they have gravity. And I'm like, yeah, but the spaceship is not spinning. First of all, ChatGPT, I'm watching the movie. It's not spinning, okay? It looked kind of like that, but the spaceship wasn't spinning, okay? And secondly, there is no such thing as artificial gravity just by spinning something in a vacuum of space when it's complete buoyancy. And I asked it this, and it will not back down. Normally I can get ChatGPT to back down and recognize reason. It would not. It was just stuck. It planted its flag so deep. I was like, listen, if I have a spherical object, I wish I had something here. I do. Hold on. Give me a quick sec. I'm going to grab a prop. Let me get a prop real quick. Hold on. Let me show you something. All right. I got my handy dandy fish bowl, which I just hit myself in the nose with. Hold on. I got a fish bowl here. All right, hold on. Let me put this up. It's not easy to see because it's transparent, but it's a fish bowl. I bought this fish bowl specifically because it has this little dip at the top. Because it helps me whenever I'm trying to figure out the world and the secrets of cosmology and stuff. But anyway, so take this fishbowl, for example, right? Let's say that it's completely spherical and it's sealed off on this side or whatever, and I'm in space, okay? And there's a fish inside of it. Or not a fish. There's too many questions. Let's say I have a little red ball, all right, inside of this fishbowl. And it's floating because I'm in space. The fishbowl's in space. Little red ball floating around in there as it all should be. Everything's buoyant. If I start spinning the fishbowl, that ball is still going to be buoyant. It's going to stay in the middle right there. It's not sticking to crap. Okay? Now if I take this and go fo-pam, then yeah, for a second it might touch it or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works, but if you just start spinning it, right? The people inside of this spaceship right here are not going to go, oh, wow, artificial gravity. Turn on the artificial gravity. And the whole space station starts spinning. If you're floating around in the middle of the space station, you will watch as it starts revolving around you. And you're going to go, oh crap. And you need to like try to grab onto something and move with it or whatever. But it's not going to, I don't care. Listen, centrifugal force works on Earth. All this crap that, ancient scientists or whoever, Newton and Galileo, all these people, right? Their theories are based on the world that we live in now for the most part. Okay? They didn't create these theories with the supposition that might be floating around in zero gravity or 100% buoyancy or whatever the case may be. Right? So for example, little spritzes of air, pss, 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 pss. That does not work. Okay? They say, well, for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. Yeah, they thought of that based on his conditions of his environment and his world that he was living in, which is an atmosphere and being dense and buoyancy and stuff like that. But whenever you go up into the heavens or space or whatever, and things are buoyant and they float around, the laws start working a bit differently. Anyways, I kind of wanted to complain about that, I guess. I don't know if that's an omen per se. I could tie in an omen. Listen, all your wonderful gravity, some people get pissed off because they hear flat earthers and other people otherwise say, gravity's not real. And it is a little irritating. I don't even like hearing people say that, just as a matter of fact. I don't like it when people just make matter of fact statements. It's not really a discussion. It's not really philosophy or anything. Space is fake or whatever. Like, okay, calm down. I heard you. Thank you. I'm more of a philosopher, so that doesn't work for me. I don't know who that does work for. Oh my God, is it really? Thank you. Oh wow, you changed my life. All right. Anyways, what was my point? Artificial gravity. Oh yeah. So anyways, one of these days, gravity won't be real. Okay, because what you perceive as being gravity, okay, is going to be gone. The Earth will have zero gravity. All right, it will disappear during the plasma apocalypse when everything starts to float. It's not really gravity going away or whatever, because there's no such thing. It's just the opposite of buoyancy. Okay, when dense things go down. But whenever the air depressurizes or the atmosphere depressurizes, then buoyancy is going to increase so much everywhere that things will float and defy gravity. So that's the omen behind that. All right, next up. Oh yeah, so just for example, I had this chick. She's floating around up there in the ISS. If this whole building around her starts to just spin, she's not going to go, oh my gosh, and stick to the wall. That doesn't work that way. Okay, she's going to stay right there, and the whole thing is going to move in whatever direction it moves in. And here's how they draw it, well, let's spin it around or whatever. It's like we're holding on to like a, something and flinging a rock around or whatever. All right, enough about that. Let's listen to this chick. Listen to how she says the word beaches. This is about toxic foam washing up. This toxic foam is being seen all over the place. All right, it's floating through the air in some places. It's washing up on beaches all over the place, kind of like detergent or nasty stuff, right? This is, I feel, also an omen of the apocalypse. This is how the world was created, in this foam, right? But it wasn't toxic foam. It was the foam of Venus. I don't know how else to describe that, and I don't want to get too deep into it right now, but as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Check this out, toxic foam.
The toxic foam washing up on beaches and killing marine life
Hold on.
killing marine life killing marine life along the Fleurieu Peninsula has been identified as a microalgae. Beachgoers have reported skin and respiratory problems.
Skin and respiratory problems. Listen, toxic algae is the root. We just talked about that. That's what was causing the demon zombie sea lions or whatever that was, okay? It's also a huge problem in many different lakes around the world right now. If you're in Southern California, you probably know what I'm talking about with the Salton Sea. It's the algae. It's the green waters that are poisoning things, and now it's creating this toxic foam. Hold on, let me rewind her a little bit.
But SA Health is
Beaches. Hold on.
Reassuring the public there will be no microalgae. Beachgoers have reported Flurio Peninsula has been identified as a microalgae. Beachgoers have reported skin and respiratory problems, but SA Health is tonight reassuring the public there will be no long-term health issues.
But garbage. Yes, there will. Okay? Like, the earth is covered in that. It's the ocean. Excuse me. Yes, there will be no long-term issues. Man, I don't buy that. Okay, if you want to buy that, you can. It's disappointing that so many people are going to believe this and go, oh, no, the news lady said that there's nothing wrong with the bitches and the toxic algae. It's going to go away on its own. It's not a problem.
It's this foam that's caused serious irritation to beachgoers on the Flurio Peninsula.
Within half an hour of being in the water, we started getting a bit irritated throats, and I started having a pretty reasonable dry cough.
Victor Harbour local Anthony Rowland has been surfing the area for 40 years.
It's COVID foam. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much anything. Anyways.
And has never experienced anything like this before.
Nothing this major, where it sort of created a bit of a stir amongst the surfers and a question to whether we should be going into water or not.
You should not be going into the water. If it's green in color like that, not a good idea. If it's red, even worse. You need to be surfing in clear water, okay? Not Clearwater, the city in Florida.
This results into exactly what it is coming in last night.
The microalgae is a phytoplankton. It's a dinoflagellate called Carina mikimotoi.
NASA's
all right, time out. He said, I know that was hard to understand, but he said it's a microalgae or algae, right? Microalgae. This just means bacteria, okay? In short, in layman's terms, there's bacteria growing all in the ocean. And people are wondering why they're getting sick when they're out surfing in it or playing around. And there's all these signs where they're closing just thousands upon thousands of beaches across the world right now.
It shows the congregation of algae in Gulf St. Vincent. A senior marine biologist warns it could become more frequent in the future.
This is something that, with climate change and with warming waters, is something that we can expect to see more of.
It's being driven by a large marine heat wave in local waters.
It's about 2.5 degrees warmer at the moment than it should be.
SA Health is reassuring the public there are no long-term effects caused by exposure.
No long-term effects caused by exposure. This is perfectly fine, all right? That's not a fish. That's a fish. I don't know. I love Australian accents. It's my favorite. You guys listen to that one? Who's that one Australian dude? Aussie Man? What's that dude's name? Aussie Man? I love that dude. That dude brings joy to my life. He cracks me up. Anyways, they're saying no problem. Totally fine. Don't worry. It won't get worse, we promise. Who believes this? The whole world believes this. That's the problem. That's my problem. It's really just my problem, okay? It's just my frustration when I feel the way I do in this type of a society with these people and stuff, and everybody's pretty much crazy. And then I'm just like, no. And the whole world is like, yeah.
But a large number of fish and marine life have been washing up dead along the shore, including 2 penguins in the past week.
It's causing fish toxicity, and when it's in high...
1/3 of the ocean's animals will die. We promise this won't happen for very long. It's not going to get worse. I know that's not an Australian accent. I can't do it right now. Okay. Anyways, yeah, we promise it won't get worse. Meanwhile, God, right, the Christian God of the Bible, is like, yes, it will. I told you. A long time ago, 1/3 of all the things in the ocean are going to die. And this is how it starts.
By abundance, it can also reduce the amount of oxygen in the water.
The EPA expects the microalgae to dissipate naturally over time, depending on tidal movements, but it's still unclear.
He's so professional at the beach. Look at him. Shaved face, combed, windblown hair, tight ass fitting, non-combat ready. whatever.
Clear how long it will take. Wapinga and Parsons Beach remain closed to the public.
The beach is temporarily closed until all the toxic foam is disposed of somehow. Hey, Benjamin Anthony just gave me $10 and says much love. Hey, thank you, Benjamin. That was very kind of you. All right, let's continue on. I got a couple more things to share.
Non-news.
Okay, that was the end of that. All right, next up. Oh, here's some more actually. So here's this is all over the place. This is toxic foam in India. All this is toxic foam down here. You see all that? So it's happening in India. It's happening in Australia. There was another country I can't remember. I didn't pull up all the examples of it happening, but look at that. And this is like a sacred river in India, and people have to go baptize themselves and stuff. Look at these people just down there in the toxic, nasty foam. Good job. And I saw a video by Mr. MBB, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. He had one where the foam was blowing through the air and stuff. People thought it was snow. All right. Canada and Australia will develop new military radar system in the Arctic. Military moving in on the Arctic. Another omen is that Canada, like, dude, when I was a kid growing up, nobody cared about Canada. Canada was like Sweden, okay? I mean, that's how I felt. Like, nobody was worried about Canada, like being some kind of a threat. Or, like, Canadians have always been seen as a very peaceful bunch, for me personally. But now Canada's all ramping up and getting all hyped up by Russia and the United States and, you know, all this, we want Greenland and all that crap, right? Developing new military radar systems in the Arctic. Why? Right? You guys all know they work together, right? You do know that, right? Yeah, this guy, all these people are family members. They're not just buddies. They're not just friends. And they're all puppets that are being orchestrated by a hidden hand that is off the set somewhere, okay? They're not moving into the Arctic to slowly get ready for war with one another. All right? That's 1984, remember? Okay, it's not real. They are getting ready for war, but it's something that will blow your ever-loving mind, and you wouldn't believe it if I told you. All right, next up.
We're back with some surprising discoveries when it comes to first-time mothers. We've got a new report, and it shows that more women over 40 are having children these days.
In fact, the fertility rate in women between the ages of 40 to 44 has increased 127% in the last 15 years. And for women 35 to 39, it's gone up 71%. Now,
holy cow. So this is a huge omen, all right? Now, keep in mind, fertility rates are, like I said, going down. But amongst those that are fertile and are getting pregnant, older people are getting pregnant way more right now. And they're like, oh my God, it's up 120% for women between 40 and 44. Not men. Men can't get pregnant, okay? Ages 35 to 39, it's up 71%. This is huge. And they're like, older women, well, what's the reason for this? Let's go to our official doctor expert on the subject and see what this person says.
Scientists credit major advancements in medical technologies which give women more control over their own fertility.
NBC News medical contributor Dr. Kavita Patel joins us with more on this. Hi, Dr. Patel. Great to have you with us. So, look, a conversation that a lot of us are super familiar with now.
I'll be Dr. Patel. How about that? Okay. Because Dr. Patel is going to tell you garbage like, oh, well, since the advent of sunscreen, everyone's much more fertile these days. I'm making that up, okay? But that's to me, you might as well say some stupid stuff just like that. What's up, Ingrid? Hey, what's up? She says aloha to everybody. All right, cool. So this doctor over here is going to say, well, modern advancements in medicines, I swear to God, haven't been killing you all. They've actually been making it so that older people can, you know, keep having sex and making babies or whatever. Like, that's basically what I don't even want to listen to it. I'm not going to play her side. I'm going to be her. Okay. So they're going to ask, hold on, let me.
Is fertility medicine, is freezing eggs, freezing embryos, and the way that can help here. This report, it comes from the National Center for Health Statistics. It revealed that the age group that's having the most children, it also increased. So now the age group having the most is women between the ages of 30 and 30.
They're like, cut to a list. Stop showing her looking at notes. All right, anyways.
Why do you think it is that so many women are waiting to have children until a little later in their adult lives?
Wrong! She set that question up. Did you hear that? That is a loaded question. Why do you think, instead of saying, why do you think older people are having babies, or more older people are having babies, right? She's saying, let me rewind that. You got to pay attention to this spellcraft. Let's see what she said.
Why do you think it is that so many women are waiting to...
Why do you think it is that so many women are waiting? They're not waiting. I'm going to answer for her. I'm just going to tell all of you right now. Time is speeding up. That's the reason why older people are having more babies. They're not older. They're younger. Okay? We're going through years faster. And so you're accumulating more and more, getting more years under your belt, but the years are shorter and shorter and shorter, so it's not that impressive, all right? It's the same exact reason why younger people decades ago looked older than younger people today, because they were older than younger people today. It's very obvious. The deepest mysteries of this world and reality, as I have come to learn it so far, those truths are those that can be understood by children with a childlike mindset, okay? Time is speeding up. It's not that older people are having more babies. It's that younger people are getting older or are getting more years tacked on because the years are passing by faster and faster. So are the days, okay? It's the shortening of days. It's the quickening of days. Anyways, I'm so hyped up, man. This world's... like really just gets to me, especially how they talk about it and they just dismiss all of these clear omens. They dismiss every single one of them, and not to worry, this happens all the time down under. We like our Bellman bugs and having some sea foam on the side. It'll be all right, I promise. It'll go away. All right, now en français, now I get to do my French accent aigu. All right. Survival manual to be sent to every French household. Survival manuals are to be sent to every French household by this summer. How to survive. How to survive. First of all, you need to make sure you have some cheese in your bag. I'm so sorry. Excusez-moi. Listen. Je m'excuse, mais je parle français, and tu ne parles pas français, and that's okay. All right, listen. Being serious, though. So the French government is insisting to give out these survival manuals to every single person in France. That's a huge, pretty huge omen, pretty big one, okay? And they're going to say, it's just in case, we just want to make sure. No, it's to cover their asses because they're supposed to disclose things, okay? There's certain, cosmic laws that certain families are supposed to follow and adhere to, and they know that there's serious repercussions to not doing so. One of those is disclosure, okay? They're always disclosing the truth. There's really no secrets if you pay attention. But yeah, let's see what they have in their little survival bag. Some fromage. A radio. They want you to have a radio. That'll be important, especially whenever we have an EMP, a worldwide EMP, and nothing electrical works at all. You could take that bad boy apart and, scrap it, and probably has some good parts to use for other things. Medicines. Actually, okay, so it depends on what kind of medicines you're talking about here, right? I don't know what kind they're talking about, but penicillin would probably be up there on my list, the real important medicines, the kind that you always see people going for in the movies. Okay, so for example, the movie The Mist. All right, just pay attention what kind of medicines that the survivors are going to go look for in the movies, which forces the plot forward. What else we got here? Make sure you bring YouTube. Or that's not YouTube. Okay, so first aid stuff or whatever. That's good, I guess. Just be careful, okay? It's more important to be careful. All right, but anyways, bring a knife, I guess they're saying, a switchblade, or what is that, a Swiss Army knife? Bring non-perishable food. Put that in your bag. All right. I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of non-perishable food, especially, like I said, the movies are giving us little hints. And if you watch any post-apocalyptic movie, people have food, all right? It's usually in the form of cans, Twinkies, crap that doesn't go bad because there's so much freaking preservatives jammed into it. It's pretty much just preservatives. What else? Oh, warm weather. That's actually a pretty good idea, the warm weather stuff, because it's going to be a huge low pressure system during the plasma apocalypse. It's going to get cold. Lights. Yeah, I don't know. Batteries, lights, all that stuff. What else I got here? Money. Yeah, to go to the bathroom, I guess. Water. Yes, I could see some water. I like those drinking straws, those water purifying straws. I've got a few of those for me and my son. And we keep those handy because, you know, water's all over the place, but yeah, maybe having a few bottles of water, I don't know. Glasses, keys in the apocalypse. Make sure you bring some playing cards and a game of chess for your post-apocalyptic boredom. If you're that bored during the apocalypse, right? Listen, that's our society these days, right? You can't go to the bathroom without bringing your phone and doom scrolling or whatever. You got Phanazoids and monsters and mutants running around, people trying to eat you to survive and stuff. And like, you're like, man, you want to play some Old Maid? Yeah, that's a good idea. You got cards? I got cards, dude. You know, I don't know. I just like, I can't even imagine. All right, let's see, what else? Okay, last one. The future of robots is looking ever more meaty. Check that out. Meaty robots. As MIT researchers grow their first bidirectional muscle tissue machine. Hey, what's up, Liz? Hey, thank you for the $20. That's fills up my gas tank more than halfway, I'm pretty sure. Probably 3/4 of the way. Thank you very much. Hold on, did I like that? Yes. I gotta put a little heart in the chat. There we go. Okay, so anyways, the point here is that they're making the robots aren't just going to look like machines. It's going to be exactly like is seen in the movies. All your movies. Start paying attention to the movies, okay? Because they're all coming true. All right. And if it's true, supposing it's true, you can learn a lot by studying the movies, not watching them. Okay, studying them. I sound like that chef in the. Have you guys seen that horror movie where it's like a chef that locks everyone in his secluded restaurant on the island, and he's like, "Don't eat. Don't just eat. Savor, taste, embellish." I don't know what he says, but you know, it is same thing. Yeah, study the movies, man. Listen, pay attention, and you'll pick up a tip or two from time to time, and you'll learn something about your world and the world that's right around the corner. Thanks for checking out this episode of Omens with me today. I appreciate it. Check out my website, JayDreamerZ.com, where you can check out my merch. You can learn all this type of stuff with awesome visuals, okay? My website is not just a bunch of reading. I put words on there because words are nice. But I also have pictures, movies, sound effects, songs and music that are relevant. Everything is a very interactive website, and I'm very proud of it. All right, cool. That's pretty much it for today. I want to thank everybody, and I want to thank all the people who've been sharing my videos and stuff like that lately too, because that's made me feel pretty good. All right, until next time, I'm JayDreamerZ saying good vibes, and I don't know where my credits button is. Hold on. Where the hell is it? Can I not do the credits? Book ad, live scene. Well, that's awkward. Is it frozen? Am I frozen? Can you guys see me? Hold on, let me go back to my thing. Damn, I hope my computer didn't just freeze. Let's equip it. Bzz, 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 bzz. Getting older sucks. Oh man, you guys are funny. Where's my credit scene? Don't know. Something happened to it, I guess. Well, I can't add the credit scene on the fly. Can't I? I have a book ad. A book ad? I've got 2 book ads. I think I accidentally renamed my credit scene book ad because I got 2 book ads. So I'm going to guess and click on one of them and see what happens.
In a time when an ancient cataclysm is wake up.